What Tip Players, can I call you guys that? Yes? No? This is Claire for another What to Play episode, and right now we will be talking about 35 games that was released on May 2018 for the iOS, and why don't we check it out right now? The Playscore is a standard rating that averages gamer and critic reviews. When a game only reaches a minimum requirement of critic or gamer reviews, it receives a provisional play score. So what are we waiting for? Let's just check this out. Spike City. This is an action-packed, free-to-play game from Nitrone. The controls of this game are simple, but be careful. You guys gotta keep moving because there's a lot of things in this game that will kill you. It has a provisional play score of a 5.28. BOMBARIKA. For less than $1, you can have a puzzle game that you can actually win. The game puts you in a house that has a lot of hidden bombs that you have to find and get rid of before they go kaboom. You only have 30 minutes, so this game has a provisional play score of 7.13. Among the Stars. This is a digital version of the board game where you try to build space stations all throughout the galaxy in the name of peace. Whoever could build more stations and rack up most of the points before the game ends wins the game. This galactic game has a provisional play score of a 7.29. Sir Questionnaire. Enter the dungeon filled with loot, monsters, and mysteries in this hack-and-slash game, but be sure to document your encounters and fill your codex with information. There's so many things to discover in a game that has a provisional play score of a 7.29. Rev Heads Rally. If you're a thrill-seeking, car-crazy adrenaline junkie, then you might just identify yourself with the Rev Heads. This game is the poor man's Nintendo kart, meaning it's a pretty generic kart experience. For now though, it has a provisional play score of a 7.49. Idle Champions. Party up with your friends because this codename entertainment game will take you deep into the Forgotten Realms. Master the positions of your characters to maximize their full potential. This game has a provisional play score of a 7.54. Disney Heroes Battle Mode. There's a virus spreading in the digital city where all of your favorite Disney characters live, and it's making them evil. So to assemble your team of lovable characters like Mike Wazowski, Mr. Incredible, and even Captain Jack Sparrow, battle it out on a game that has a play score of a 7.67. Dungeon Hunter Champions. Although this is not the most interesting game on the iOS, it is definitely a very polished multiplayer game. Team up with other players to compete in real-time 5v5 battles with a play score of a 7.69. Odium To The Core. This is a one-touch runner with visuals that are reminiscent of Badlands. It's a challenging game where the goal is to reach to the core to save the world. You might die a lot, but if you're interested, the game has a provisional play score of a 7.79. Comic Boy! What would happen if you suddenly find yourself trapped in a comic book? Jump from panel to panel and find an escape in this auto runner by Fredbear Games. This game plays just fine, but what it's lacking, shockingly, is a cohesive story. But you know, if you're someone who just enjoys runners and the comic book aesthetic, then this game is for you, with a provisional play score of a 7.84. M&M Elemental Guardians. No guys, this isn't the candy that melts in your hand. Next on our list is a fast-paced strategy RPG straight out of the medieval fantasy realm of might and magic. Collect fierce and fantastic elemental creatures and evolve them to become a mighty team of warriors. Victory awaits you in this game with a provisional play score of a 7.87. Pocket Run Pool. The creator of Really Bad Chess and Flip Flop Solitaire is back with another twist to an old classic. Do you think you can make the perfect pocket run? See if you can make it in this highly addicting pool game. This modern arcade pool game has a play score of a 7.94. Homo Machina. This game is exactly what the title hints at. Art Experience this game is a look inside the human body if the human body was a 1920s factory. It has very interesting premise, but is really more of an experience than a full game. With all its gears and levers, this game has a play score of a 7.96. Moon surfing! Yeah, you guys heard that right. In this game, you can surf the dusty hills of that steep crater in that big dead rock across the night sky. Where you start off in the game is quite reminiscent of NASA's Apollo program, but as you venture to the far side of the moon, the terrain will get more and more challenging. Experience the moon a whole new way in the game that has a play score of an 8.04. Axe.io. Survive as long as you can in this battle arena by cracking the skulls of your enemies with your trusty battle axe. The more you kill, the more powerful you get. While this game may be a bit repetitive, the swinging of the axe is actually kind of fun. The game has a play score of an 8.10. Animal Super Squad! No matter how dramatic the trailer of this game may be, this physics-based adventure game from Double Moose Games is super lighthearted. Careful though, this game is also extremely addicting. It has a play score of an 8.21. Zero Sum. The cure for cancer has been discovered! Unfortunately, Professor Liddy has to erase some parts of the formula as she was being murdered. Now, it's up to you to find the cure for cancer once again. This is a mathematical murder mystery game that has a provisional play score of an 8.29. Ilu! Brainium Studios describes their creation as a logic puzzle of light and life. Some of the planets of this game are lost in the dark, and as Keeper of the Light, it is your mission to spread the light in these barren planets. Unwind, relax, and spread the light in a game that has a play score of an 8.41. Scalac! Hamster, the developer, not the animal, is back with another awesome game. In this puzzle game, you have to match shapes up, find the pattern, and fill up the figures. It has a play score of an 8.64. VALKYRIE Profile LENNETH. Square Enix just published a game with a captivating story that is steeped in Norse mythology. Aesir and Vanir have ignited a divine war that might end the world. As a Valkyrie, you must learn your story and discover your destiny. This mythical game has a provisional play score of an 8.65. G30! The next game on our list is a minimalistic memory maze. The game explores what it must be like for people who are losing their memory to some kind of mental illness. Now, in each of the levels of the game, you spark a little bit of memory. This innovative game has a provisional play score of an 8.69. Super Hydorah! Loco Malito's classic shooting game is finally now available for the iOS gamers. There are so many secrets and multiple endings hiding in this console-quality smartphone game to keep you at the edge of your seat. An old-school game tuned for the new generation of gamers has a play score of an 8.72. Glides! After all that chaos in the last game, this next one is all about calmness. Just smooth gliding throughout the rings of space. Right? Nope! Asteroid fields are just right around the corner, so take heed. This amazing game, though, has a provisional play score of an 8.76. Iron Throne Kingdoms. This month, Netmarble released a strategy game where you build your very own castle, lead your formidable heroes into epic wars against other players, all in the efforts to claim your Iron Throne. Now, as we all know, this is kind of Game of Thrones inspired, and it has a provisional play score of an 8.77. Returners! All of the heroes across history, myth, and legend are all in this one legendary game. From Cleopatra to Robin Hood, they are all in here to fight in the battlefield. How does your team of 5 stack up against other players? Find out in this game with a provisional play score of an 8.77. Fusion Heroes! Tapinator's latest game will have you mechanically engineer your robot hero capable of fighting hordes of battle droids. This goes to the fast-paced action RPG, which is total dominance. Become a master engineer in a game that has a provisional play score of an 8.78. Faraway 3! Strap on your snow boots because we're going to take a hike up Arctic Mountain to solve some mind-bending puzzles. This 3D first-person puzzle game has a fantastic story and super complex puzzles. There are 9 puzzles to try for free before you buy this game. It has a provisional play score of an 8.78. Diggerman! Oh no! A giant mole kidnapped your sweetums! Dig, dig, dig just to get her back. You may even find all kinds of treasures all along the way. This digging simulator, guys, has a provisional play score of an 8.79. BattleHand Heroes. Keep your super suit close at hand if you're not wearing it already, because the crime rate of Silver City is through the roof. Together with your band of superpowered friends, you must bring down Omega to save the world. This free-to-play game has a provisional play score of an 8.79. Minesweeper Genius. Remember that game from our old PCs that we love playing, but most of us don't even know how? We just, kind of click on the blocks and see if we can win. Well, our friends over at the Mother Gaia Studios have not forgotten about that game. They've brought it back in the App Store with a brand new coat of paint. Challenge your logical thinking with a game that has a play score of an 8.8. Zombs Royale IO. Become the champion of this 100-player 2D Battle Royale. You can go at it solo, with a partner, or even with your squad. Squad goals. On the weekends, you can invite zombies along so you will have more things to shoot at. This game has a provisional play score of an 8.8. Space Pioneer! Explore incredible new worlds and even galaxies in this free-to-play action RPG from Vivid Games. This impressively polished game looks stunning on the small screen, but if you're not careful, you will easily lose hours of your day to this game, which has an addictive play score of a 9.01. Tiny Bubbles! Relive your childhood of playing games with bubbles in this mesmerizing puzzle game. As you fill up the bubbles with colorful air, it pushes the surrounding bubbles with realistic bubble physics. This bubble game is bubbling up with a play score of a 9.24. Dungeon Maker Dark Lord. In this game, it is so good to be bad. That is, until one of those pesky heroes start to invade your territory. Build traps, hire monsters, and discover powerful relics to protect your dungeon. Keep those darn hero trespassers in the game that has a provisional play score of a 9.43. Super Doggo Snack Time! This last game on our list is a game where you get to feed cute doggos. Keep your cute, well-dressed pet nice and full with all kinds of delicious food, from pizzas to hot dogs. None of that broccoli nonsense though, ew. It's impossible not to get addicted to this game that has a provisional play score of a 9.45. So that's it, guys. If you do want to buy these iOS games, then the links are located in the description box below. And thank you for watching, by the way. If you guys liked it, then please like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell right over there, somewhere near the subscribe button. And that's it. Bye, everybody. Let me just slide out. This is hard.